Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you have been well. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been what, a week? I think about that. I'm back home, everything's all good. I'm looking a little darker, kind of. I think you can tell just a little bit, but yeah. I'm back. I hope all of you are happy. We are now in the midst of no more breaks. That's it. We'll go full back on the grind as it was originally intended. Had my wedding. Got myself a marriage. I got married. Honeymoon. Turkey. Went into Turkey. Antalya. If you haven't been, by the way, I recommend it. It was magnificent out there. Especially if you're going with some British pounds, you'll be pretty good out there. Euro, dollar will do you good too. Anything else you might have to ask. But I recommend go there if you haven't. But I'm back. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go again. And I thought, you know what? It's the international break. There's not much to really talk about. So why not have a little catch up? Why not go over the few things that I've missed in the week? I was actually going to get you guys another video whilst I was out there in my last few days. And then what I thought was going to happen turned out didn't happen. So I was like, there's no point, because even Fabrizio Romano got something wrong whilst I was away and I was keeping tabs, and I was like, yo, Fabrizio got it wrong. That's a big thing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to come to that though, because this is all part of the catch up. I'm going to run you through a few things, Chelsea related and general related. Let's start off with the big fish in the room, which is today, or technically yesterday. There was a certain music video that was released by Stormzy. If you know Stormzy, you know Stormzy. If you're from London, you definitely know Stormzy. If you're from the UK, you should know Stormzy. If you're not from the UK, I reckon some of you might know Stormzy, some of you might not. Famous rap artist, comes from South London. Not far from me, I have to say. But he got himself a collab and he brought someone on his music video. And I'm sure many of you have heard about this, but I could not believe this link up. How in the blue hell did this happen? Check this out. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho was in Stormzy's new song and did a cameo for the video, and they even included the quote, "I prefer not to speak," and Jose putting the finger on his lips. I mean, absolutely incredible. That is one hell of a pull. We might need to bring in Stormzy as Chelsea director. If he's got pull like that, mate, I mean, what more do you want? And I never thought I'd see this, you know, but then again, I never thought I'd see many things. I went on my honeymoon and I left Thomas Tuchel in charge of Chelsea. I left the Queen still in charge of the country and Boris Johnson still as Prime Minister. I come back, Boris is now gone, the Queen died, Prince Charles is now King Charles, and Thomas Tuchel got sacked, and we have Graham Potter. I mean, the entire landscape of things have changed, and now we have Jose Mourinho in a rap music video. What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's insane. But Mourinho actually smashed it, I have to say. If there's one manager on the planet you can actually get to do this sort of thing, you know, Pep could never. I'm looking forward to Chip maybe responding to Stormzy. Maybe he'll get Arsene Wenger on a track. Who knows? Who knows? But unbelievable link up. Unbelievable. And if you haven't seen it, go and check out Stormzy's new music video. Unreal. Let's get to the Chelsea stuff before we get to the generic stuff. And this is where I wanted to talk about what was wrong by Fabrizio, because Fabrizio put this out about a week ago. No, actually a bit less, 4 or 5 days ago. This is what he put out. Christoph Freund, I have no idea how to say that name, by the way. I'm really sorry. I'm just going to say Freund and guess it, will be signed documents to be unveiled as new Chelsea director in the next days. He's also been approved by Graham Potter as perfect profile to work together on present and future project. It's just a matter of time to get it signed. Also with Salzburg. I saw this and I honestly thought, and we also got a here we go, might I add. I haven't got that ready to show you guys, but Fabrizio did put out a here we go. And I'm like, well, okay, that's done then. I've got to do a video. Lo and behold, just as I was about to get one done, this then comes out. Official, RB Salzburg confirmed they've decided to keep Christoph Freund at the club and he will not join Chelsea. The agreement reached on contract between Freund and Chelsea last Sunday has been cancelled as Red Bull Group will keep the director. So there's an indication here that there was a verbal agreement between him and Chelsea, and RB Salzburg literally came in and went, he's not leaving. You ain't having him. And I'm thinking, how has that happened? Let's be realistic here. How have Chelsea not been able to get Christoph Freund from RB Salzburg after actually reaching a verbal agreement with him? It doesn't make sense. Have we lost our pull? Have we lost a bit of our attractiveness? I don't know. But I saw that and I thought, okay, well, we're not getting him as a director. So we then look at some of the other options and we start moving on to the RB Leipzig director. All of a sudden, RB Leipzig confirmed he's got a contract, I think, till 2026. He's not going anywhere. There was even talk about Luis Campos, even though he's just joined PSG, or even as an advisor. But that then went down the drain. There's now talk about Monchi from Sevilla, but it means taking him from Sevilla. And it feels like we're just scattering again. You know, it doesn't look like we've picked out a target. We're going for him, and we've got him. It's like, oh, okay, we miss out on him. Go to the next guy. No, not you. Okay, go to the next guy. Are you interested? No. Okay, next guy. Until we run out of options. It seems like we're just, we're scattering around. It looks like we're trying to find the last scraps. That's not how we should be doing things. This is a big position. This is the most important position at the club as far as I'm concerned. If you're talking on the pitch, footballistically, that is even a word. If it is, then I'll put it on a t-shirt for you guys if you want. Even if it's not, I don't care. But that's the most important thing. You need to sort out that position first. That is the position at the club that guarantees you stability, not just in terms of the team, but in terms of the manager, the connection there, football ideas, what sort of players to scout for, what sort of players to go for in the transfer market, someone to actually get the deals done with the targets that you want. The football operations in order to make sure that everything on every level at the club on a footballing level is working accordingly. You need someone in charge there. Todd Bowley can't do that. Him and football met yesterday. If this was baseball, fair enough. It's not. It's soccer, as he likes to call it, or I think he's been calling it football, but the American soccer. Football, this is it. He's not been in the sport for that long. He needs someone who has a proper footballing brain as a director of football. It seems like we're just not. It looks like we're just trying to find out who's available. Anyone here? It's like a car boot sale. I mean, I don't know. That's the vibe. I just hope we get someone very, very good in, someone decent. And this is where I lead on to this point. I want to show you this because this was weird. Check this out. This was an exclusive on the 20th, 3 days ago, saying Chelsea sack recently appointed commercial director who sent inappropriate messages to football finance agent Catalina Kim. Damien Willoughby had been in the job less than a month. They sacked this guy, who was a senior executive, because of messages that he sent to Catalina Kim. Now, if you remember Catalina Kim was part of that Korean bid that came in for Chelsea. If you remember, during the whole bidding process, Catalina Kim was a part of that. Apparently, there was contact between her and him because he was kind of like the middleman for her to reach some other contact. If I'm not mistaken, basically he had to go through him in order to reach someone else, right? And in the midst of that, he was sending little teasing messages, which I'm not going to tell you because, I don't know who's watching. If you're watching in families, I'm protecting you guys right now. Let's basically just say that. But he was sending those messages before he was appointed by Chelsea. Long before. So you hire him, then you find out about the messages that he sent before, and then you fire him on the spot because of that. Yes, all due respect, maybe what he said was inappropriate, but you've kind of made yourselves look stupid here too. Did you not do your due diligence on this guy when you hired him as a senior executive? Did you not vet the guy? Vet him. Make sure that you really get to the bottom of who this guy is. This isn't a job at Primark, with all due respect. This isn't a job at Mackey's, some McDonald's, I call it Mackey's. But, this is a proper position. These are people that you should be knowing about. These are people that should have reputation. You don't just pick up any A, B, or C to come in and do a job like that. And all of a sudden now, after less than a month in a job, he's sacked. What was the point? He was probably on a contract. You probably had to pay him out now. Unless if money's not really a problem for them. And I don't know. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I got to feel like much of this going on at Chelsea at the moment is very experimental. And we can't really be having that. That's not going to end the season well for us. That fills me with a bit of concern. So, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear on everything I've just mentioned to do with Chelsea. On the director position, on this issue. Let me know down below. Let me know down below what you guys are feeling, what you guys are thinking. That way I can get an overall grasp of how you guys are truly feeling about this situation, where Chelsea is heading right now. Because it seems a little bit touch and go. Anyway, let's touch on the Premier League table because, yeah, I've been gone, and I've been keeping up to date with what's going on. And Chelsea didn't play because of the Queen's funeral and police resources, so Chelsea couldn't play Liverpool. If not, we would have done. So there was no video from me. But there were games going on, and the Premier League table right now is looking a little bit mad. So here it is. Arsenal are top. Arsenal are top with 18 points from a possible 21 after 7 games played. Man City second, Tottenham third, Brighton sitting in fourth, having played 1 game less. They can still get into 1 point behind Tottenham, Manchester United, Fulham, and then Chelsea. Liverpool having a bit of a shocker. And Leicester are basically relegated at this point, for being honest. But this Premier League table is absolutely insane. I have to touch on a couple of things here. Liverpool look outrageous, in a bad way. Liverpool, what's going on with Liverpool? I understand there's injuries and whatnot, but I have to say, I've got a weird feeling that something's not right in their camp since Mane has left. Mane is there's a big Mane-shaped hole in this Liverpool team. No matter who tries to fill it, you can just see they're not as potent up top as they should be, and they're letting in goals. They are conceding. They are not as solid at the back as they were, and I feel like Klopp, for the first time in a while, is looking a little bit, I don't know what to do. We'll see how that goes, because Liverpool are Liverpool. They've set a standard. They can't drop too low. I understand Klopp has a lot of time and a lot of stability at Liverpool, but you can't let that situation go down too far. You know, in the same way that Chelsea, Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel and whatnot, we all saw what happened there, but there's a standard. If you want to remain at the top, there's a standard. It's like, even with Graham Potter, Chelsea, realistically, should not be finishing below the top 4. We shouldn't. We can't. If not, it's a failure. Liverpool, they keep going on like this, they will have a failure. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But on the flip side, Arsenal. Man City right now are Man City. Erling Haaland, by the way. I have to say, I had my doubts, right? I had my doubts in how he would fit in. And it's half right and half wrong. The half right is that he doesn't touch the ball very much. Same situation Lukaku had. The only difference is Haaland does what I wanted Lukaku to do, which is every time this guy actually gets the ball, you think he's scoring. He's got the ball. Okay, that's it. He's scoring. And he does. He gets the ball and you're like, okay, look, just put the goal up for Man City because, look, he's gonna score. 20 seconds later, yeah, he's put it in the back of the net. It is what it is. The guy's turned into a goal machine. And his form right now is outrageous. And he has this aggressiveness about him. This, what's the word? He has this emotion, like the way that he talks in front of the press, the way he just moves the camera. He doesn't really care, he's got that attitude. And sometimes you need that. To be able to impose yourself in the Premier League with those defenders that are there to not just stop you, but break you. He's holding his own. So fair play Erling Haaland. But Arsenal, I did not expect this from Arsenal. For the first time in ages, I have to be honest, and I have to say, I'm actually worried of Arsenal now. They look good. And I know many people are going to say, it's just form. They're going to dip. They're going to have their annual collapse by Christmas. It always happens. They very well might, but I'm not feeling it. I have to say, for the first time in ages, I'm looking at this Arsenal team and I feel stability. I feel happiness. I feel like there's a rhythm. I feel like there's a brotherhood. All of a sudden, everyone's clicking. Arteta looks happy. It looks like the way that he wants them to play is actually being imposed. It's actually working. And everyone looks content. There's a buzz. You can see the body language. You can see the acquisitions they got have helped them brilliantly. Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, and some of the form of the other lads like an Odegaard, like a Saka, they've all come out of their shells. It's actually really impressive. It's really, really impressive. And they look good. The way that they play their football is so direct. There's no messing about. There's no wasting time. There's no passing along the back. Get to midfield. Try and shift it diagonal. Okay, go back. Send it back to the keeper. There's none of that. With Arsenal, it seems to be very boom, 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 goal scoring opportunity. 3 passes for one player to get in behind the defensive line, and all of a sudden there's a chance. And chances are they actually put the ball in the net. It's actually really impressive from Arsenal. So for the first time in quite a while, I have to say, I'm actually concerned about how good Arsenal are looking. I haven't seen them play this good since 2003. So look, we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below. Arsenal, Man City. Spurs are third, even though at times they were looking a little shaky. I have to say, there was all this doubt about Son. Come on. All this criticism about Son because for a couple of games he didn't show up. The guy's been showing up for how long now? It's mad how quick a lot of people can get on someone's back without actually giving just that little bit of time. Give that little bit of time. And if you actually see nothing at the end of that, okay, start throwing the criticism. All of a sudden, Son comes up, bangs in a hat-trick, and he's like, yeah, what are you saying? What are you saying now? You know? Yeah, it's a very, very interesting situation. Chelsea currently sits 7th. It's not great, I have to say. 6 games played, 3 games won, 1 game drawn, 2 lost. We have 1 goal more conceded than we've scored. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But let me know down below. I'm glad to be back. I hope all of you are glad to see me here. Regular content coming from this point onwards. So make sure you guys are here for it. Hit that subscribe button now. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you have enjoyed this. I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.